Hey focus friends, I want to share with you something that I've learned from you actually. Not everyone is like me, where they were unaware of their ADD and receiving no treatment. A number of you are actually aware of your ADD, received ineffective treatment, or just treatment that wasn't aligned with who you were when you were growing up, and then have since written off treatment. Equally, a number of you are in another quadrant of the awareness treatment matrix, which is that you are unaware of your ADD, but at least up until recently, you were effectively treating it through elaborate adaptations, but you now realize that you're living under your potential. In this video, you can figure out where you are on the awareness treatment matrix, and I will give you recommendations for what you should do based on which quadrant you're in. So with that, let's get started. Hey focus friends, it's Aron at Hidden ADD, where you get the tools, insights, and science-backed strategies to overcome your ADD and realize your full potential. If you're new here, subscribe and join the community. So let's see which quadrant you're in on the treatment awareness matrix. I'll go through each of these quickly so we can get to the recommendations of what you can do. So in the bottom right corner, that's where you're aware but not getting good treatment right now. And as I said in the open, this is where a lot of people are. Maybe they were diagnosed as a kid, they got some treatment that they really didn't like, or maybe they got some treatment that wasn't very effective, and as an adult, they just put it out of their mind. The bottom left quadrant is unaware and untreated. This is where I was at 32, broke, divorced, and earning just above minimum wage despite having a Harvard degree and a master's in coaching psychology. At this place, you just can't win and you don't know why, and the only obvious answer is that you are somehow defective. And society makes it a moral failing, such as that you're lazy and just don't try hard enough and just don't really care. And this is where ADD tends to really coexist with things like depression, low self-worth, and low confidence. The third quadrant, which I also alluded to in the open, is treated and not aware. Now, I say treated in air quotes. People have developed elaborate adaptations to function in the world. So in a lot of ways, this was me in high school. This is how I got into Harvard. I had a great social structure. I had a great supportive friend group that was also very academically ambitious and so on. A lot of people make it later in their careers where they're able to keep it up, but eventually the bottom falls out. And then the last quadrant is treated and aware. This is where you can really realize your full potential. And this is where all of us should be. Now I should make a note here. Treated does not necessarily mean medication. It just means that you're actively managing your ADD in an effective way so you can realize your potential. So let's talk about what you should do based on what quadrant you're in. If you're in the bottom left quadrant, obviously awareness is key. I really hope and pray that you are watching these videos because this channel's mission is to help you realize that you are not lazy, unmotivated, and stupid, but rather that you have a highly treatable condition and that it is possible to realize your potential. Now, if you're in the bottom right quadrant because you had treatment in the past, but it just wasn't right for you, it's time to revisit your options as an adult. Just as you wouldn't give up on relationships for the rest of your life because you had a bad experience, you are a new person now. You have more self-knowledge, you've had more life experiences, and as an adult, you can have more control and say over the different treatment options that you try, and you can see what works for you. Just because something didn't work for you as a kid doesn't mean it's not gonna work for you as an adult. Third, if you're in the top left quadrant, here, really, you just want to investigate your treatment options. You've probably like, you know what, I'm doing pretty well. But much like someone who's never had glasses, you actually don't know how much of your potential you're realizing. You might have a vast ocean of unrealized, untapped potential that simple treatment options could unlock. And again, treatment doesn't have to be medication-based. There are a lot of lifestyle changes you can make. There are a lot of ADD specific strategies you can put in place, and there's ADD specific support structures, whether that's through therapy or coaching, that you can also put in place. And as you take the appropriate actions from any quadrant, we're trying to get to the top right quadrant where you have high awareness about your ADD and good treatment. And your job there is to kick neurotypicals' butts. Just kidding. No, I'm actually serious. bias. So that's it for this video. So what quadrant do you think you're in? What next steps are you considering taking? Let me and the other viewers know down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.